All right, let's just get right into it. If you're a parent of a young child, you know the feeling. One minute everything's fine and the next total chaos. But what if I told you there's a simple, really foundational reason for it all? Today, we're going to look at why routine is so incredibly crucial, and we'll do it through the Montessori perspective.
Does this sound familiar? That end-of-day struggle, right? You're exhausted, you're just trying to get everyone to bed peacefully, and it feels like you're negotiating a peace treaty every single night. It's a classic.
Or what about this one? You think, hey, a surprise trip to the park will be so fun. But instead of fun, you get a full-blown meltdown. Because it wasn't what was supposed to happen next. To a little one, the tiniest change can feel like the whole world is tipping over.
And eventually, it can all just start to feel like this. Getting dressed, eating a meal, leaving the house, every single step turns into this massive power struggle. It's so exhausting, and it leaves you wondering, what am I doing wrong here?
Well, that's the big question, isn't it? Is this just the terrible twos that we're supposed to suffer through, or is there something deeper going on? Well, according to the Montessori method, there absolutely is, and it's not what you might think. The answer, in one single word, is predictability. This is the secret ingredient that so many of us completely overlook. And listen, this isn't about having a rigid, to-the-minute schedule. It's about creating a reliable rhythm to the day. Something that feels as natural and safe as a heartbeat. So what do we even mean by predictability? Well, it's that feeling a child gets when their world makes sense. It's a state where their mind feels safe because life follows a rhythm they can actually understand and trust. When they can guess what's coming next, their brain doesn't have to work on overdrive just trying to feel secure. It's the foundation for literally everything else.
Okay, so we know they need predictability. How do we give it to them? Through routines. Let's dig into the 3 huge, evidence-backed benefits that come directly from bringing a consistent rhythm into a child's day.
First, and probably most important, it all comes down to emotional security. A young child's brain just doesn't work like ours. They can't think ahead or rationalize why things are happening. They rely entirely on patterns to know that they are safe and that everything is okay. Just try to see it from their perspective for a second. Every single time a routine is repeated, you're sending them this incredibly powerful, reassuring message. It tells them, I know what comes next. The familiar flow tells them, I can trust my world. And the consistency of it all quietly confirms that the world is stable. This melts away so much anxiety because their life stops being a series of constant, jarring surprises. Now, this is where it gets really fascinating. The benefits aren't just emotional, they are literally neurological. The act of repetition actually helps build a stronger, more organized brain. Think of it this way. Every time your child follows a routine, it's like a workout for their developing brain. It frees up so much mental energy because they're not constantly trying to figure out what's happening. And that freed up energy goes directly into strengthening neural pathways. This process supports some pretty major skills. It improves their memory. It builds their executive function, which is just their ability to plan and organize. And, you guessed it, it increases their self-control. These are the building blocks for success.
And all of that leads directly to our third major benefit, independence. A child who knows what to expect is a child who is totally empowered to act on their own, without needing an adult to direct their every move.
Seriously, think about it. When a child knows that we hang our coat on the hook when we come inside, or they know the simple steps to get their own snack, they don't have to ask for help. When they know how to put their toys back where they belong, they get this amazing sense of mastery. That knowledge is what gives them the confidence to do things for themselves, and that's a huge, huge step.
Okay, so the theory is solid, right? But what does this actually look like in the real world? Let's bridge that gap between a structured Montessori classroom and what we can realistically do in our own homes.
This really gets to the heart of it. A routine is basically a shield against chaos. Why? Because most tantrums explode when a child feels surprised or powerless or when they just have no idea what's expected of them. A simple, predictable flow systematically removes those triggers. It makes transitions, like leaving the playground, feel way less abrupt, and it gives the child a sense of control over their own day. And this comparison is so helpful because it shows you don't have to recreate a school in your living room. It's about taking the principles home. A school's predictable arrival cycle just becomes your family's simple morning rituals. A structured snack time becomes a predictable mealtime at home. See? It's all about translating that structure into a simple, reliable rhythm that actually works for your family. So, what's the end result of all this effort?
I promise you, it's not just about having a better behaved kid. It's about transforming the entire feeling of your home life. It really is a gift for your child and maybe even more so for you.
And there it is. This is the payoff. Can you just imagine mornings without all the rushing and the yelling? Evenings that feel peaceful instead of completely chaotic? When you're not constantly fighting over the little things, it opens up so much more space for real connection, for joy.
Let's end on this thought, because it's probably the most important takeaway of all. It is so easy to see routines as just a bunch of rigid rules. But from a child's point of view, they are the exact opposite. They are comfort, they are clarity, they are security. A routine is really just a loving way of saying, I've made the world safe and understandable for you.
So I'll leave you with this question. You don't have to overhaul your entire life overnight. What's one small, simple rhythm you could introduce tomorrow? Maybe it's just laying out clothes together before bed, or having a special song you sing when it's time to clean up. What's one little thing that could bring just a bit more calm into your world?